Hello and welcome back to today's stream of the 1971 season. Today we're going to race at Zandvoort on the Dutch GP. So just a quick recap of what happened over the course of the past three races. So there's been a second lap DNF from me in Kyalami and then got taken out in Spain as well. However, I managed to win on the Monaco Grand Prix, which has been a pretty amazing thing, which means I'm back right at the championship fight. So that's pretty good after the first couple of races. So let me quickly double check a couple of things, then we're gonna have a look at the starting grid and then at the race, and then just we go ahead and do some racing. I can't really talk today, I'm that tired, so this might be pretty interesting today, but we'll see how it goes and what we can do. As you can see, I'm starting on P10, which is not ideal, but I'm not very good on this track despite I like it a lot. So we'll just see what we can do here and hope for the usual high attrition. And I'm also expecting a massive pileup at turn 1. So I just hope that I'll be lucky enough and able to avoid it. And then we'll see how things go from there. So let's have a quick look at the starting grid, or at least to the parts of it that will be shown. So my teammate Jackie Stewart starts from P1. He was leading the Monaco Grand Prix for quite a while. However, then he DNF'd for some reason. So I don't exactly know what happened to him. And then I basically ended up fighting my, for now, visibly closest rival Bernd Terbeck, who then DNF'd as well. After I passed him, he just drove into the wall, so handing me an easy win. So yeah, hopefully this is what's going to happen this time as well. And for right now, he's going to start right behind me on P11. However, as usual, he's crazy fast, so I'm expecting him to have a good chance of a good position, unless he gets taken out or caught up in a pileup or in an accident. So we'll just see how things go from here. So let's go have a look at the starting grid and then we do some racing. Here we go. The sound levels might be a bit all over the place again. Hopefully that's not gonna be too bad. So we'll just have a look. So here you can see the current ace Jackie Stewart on P1, followed by the championship leader Ronnie Peterson, and I think it was Joe Siffert on P3. So not sure why nothing is happening, so hopefully the game didn't crash or froze or something. So let's just see what happens if I try to skip this. Yeah, that works. Right, so sound levels are all over the place. So hopefully this was going to work. And here we go with a start, and I'm already pushed out of the track. Terbeck getting a good start, goes past me easily. And there's been a couple of accidents already. As you could see, the pieces flying all over. And this time around I'm racing again with a kind of experimental setup, which I tried for the qualification, and that was the one that yielded me the better lap time, or the best lap time that I could get. It's been actually going quite poorly all over the practice sessions, and as you can see, I'm already massively behind Fittipaldi. Yeah, I just cannot keep up with these guys, and Terbeck is already massively ahead. Oh, look at that. What a giant accident over there. Oh my god. That was brutal. That was just crazy. Oh boy. And I'm quite happy that I didn't get caught up in that. And it's actually Pedro Rodriguez in front of me who has been my rival in the previous season and came second in the championship. Now he has a good 2 seconds lead, and he's visibly faster than me by quite a margin. Yeah, so we're having a lot of retirements right now, which was to be expected, to be fair. I'm actually surprised that... Okay, so someone broke down as well. Oh, that was Chris Amon. And Peterson is out of the race as well. So that's a good couple of free positions for me, and kind of what I've been hoping for is going to happen. Look at that, there's already quite a lot of cars out of the race. And I messed up with the braking there quite badly, giving basically another second to Rodriguez to be in front of me. And now it's Ganley in P6, so at least I'm in the points at the moment. And I think this, with the accidents and DNFs, is far from over yet. And there's gonna be a massive attrition all over this race, as there usually is. Quite a killer track, to be fair. Yeah, so that's 2 cars out here. That was a huge accident that they managed to get themselves into there, and I'm actually not entirely sure what happened to Terbeck. He either got lucky and got away through the madness that was happening in the last corner, or he got caught up in it. Unfortunately, I don't know, and I wasn't paying attention to the standings in the previous lap, so no idea what happened to him. So now it's a good 4 seconds behind Rodriguez. Which is a lot. So if it keeps going like this, then I'll have a very, very boring remaining 31 laps. Okay, so that fastest lap was without a name, so I assume it was Terbeck, which means he's somewhere in the front at the moment. Especially because I didn't seem to see his car either in the box or trackside, so he actually might have got away in the last corner madness and win a couple of positions. Fair play to him. And someone lost. Wow. From what I hear, someone lost half his car. So there must have been another accident. And I think there will be plenty more of it on this race. Okay, someone blew the engine as well. I didn't hear who exactly. Oh yeah. Please don't hit the wall. Right, okay. So now somehow I need to get back on the track. And actually Ganley is pretty close. Yep, here he is. And Holm caught up with me as well, so I'm gonna have my work cut out now after this mistake. But it is what it is. Just go ahead and yeah, so accidents are still happening all over the track. The Adamich is out of the race as well, but he was quite far behind, so that doesn't really have any effect on me. And by the looks of it, the guys in the top are still around and racing, so I'm not gonna win any extra free positions. However, for now I think that apart from the mistakes, I'm having a relatively good speed. But Ganley seems to be even faster than me. Well, pretty much everyone is faster than me on this track, so we'll just go ahead and hope for the best for this race and just to get at least one measly point. And in the meantime, I have X right behind me, no idea where he came from, but he seems to be a lot faster, so we might have some defending to do. So from what I hear, one of the Ferraris got some damage, and by the looks of it, it's not gonna be X because he's right here, and from what I can see in the mirror, his car is intact, so it's gonna be probably Ragazzoni. Spinning in sector 3. A question where exactly that happened. Not here, that's for sure. Yep, Ragazzoni is out of the race, which is a free position for me again. And I wasn't paying attention to the standings again, so still no idea where Terbeck is. And I actually still didn't nerf him, so he's still crazy fast. And X is already right on my gearbox, which makes me feel a little bit uneasy, especially on this part of the track. I need to pay extra attention. But for now it looks like there is not enough space for him to make a move on me, so that might keep him in check at least for a little while longer. And right now the best thing I can say about the setup I'm running with is at least it gives me a very good grip. Again, only 5 seconds ahead. Awesome. Don't think I'm going to catch up to him anytime soon or ever throughout this race, unless something happens to him. I got a little push from X through the corner. And I'm actually getting a lot of understeer on long braking distances, so the setup might not be as good as I had hoped. And X is still here, very, very close, getting even closer and closer, basically on every possible occasion. So that's gonna be a hard fought battle, and someone is there behind X as well. I think that's gonna be not Genley, it was Danny Holm, I think. And X doesn't go for a move here, despite I think he would have had the opportunity to do so. So he's taking it very easy for now, and I don't mind it at all, to be honest. And now I truly hope that Holm or whoever is behind him will start to fight him, which means I can get a bit of a gap between the two of us. Not like this, if I keep running off the track. And actually here it's pretty dangerous because it will just throw my car all over the place. So I need to be very, very careful when... Yellow flag where? Someone retired again. At this rate, there are actually gonna be less finishers than there were in Monaco, where there was only the 3 of us finishing the race. Or was it 2? I don't actually remember. Already plenty of cars out of the race. So I'm not sure how well this is going to play out. And what I'm trying to avoid now is massive brake checks on X, because he might make a mistake and end up taking me out. So when I'm trying to break the slipstream, I'll try to take it easy, because I want to avoid an accident and being taken out, as I DNF'd in the first 2 races. And even though for now I'm not aiming for a race win, because that just never really happens to me in Zandvoort. And X is out of the race. And Rodriguez is out of the race as well. So I'm getting some free positions here. Yep. So I'm up to P3. And yes, of course, who else would be on P1 if not Terbeck? With quite a bit ahead. And yeah, so I never managed to nerf him, so if his car can take it, then there's gonna be a race win for him. I think probably the first, and I'm getting a blue flag. Blue flag on lap 12. And it's Terbeck right behind me. That's amazing. Okay, come on, mate. Go, go, go. Leave me alone. Okay, so yeah, that's how crazy fast he is. It's just so bad that it's just unfair. He really needs to be nerfed. And at this point, I tend to think there is actually not much more racers left than the three of us. Well, there is a fourth one, Gali. So yeah, that's 4 cars at least in the race, definitely. And I have no idea about the rest of the field. But hey, as long as I can stick to the podium, I might get in a couple of good points for myself and for the team. And I actually, well, okay, now I'm pretty sure that Jackie is out of the race again. He probably got taken out in one of these madness accidents that happened over the course of the race. The AI tends to be pretty crazy in this corner combination. As you can see, plenty of cars around just trackside. And Terbeck did another fastest lap. What a surprise. So I think at this point I can just take it easy and enjoy the scenery or something, because not much else is going to happen. However, I also think that if I got a lap from Terbeck in lap 12, then I may get one in lap 23, 24. So it's not gonna be a 35 lap race for me for sure. Graham Hill is out of the race. At this rate, there's gonna be so few of us left by the end that we're not even gonna be able to play a game of cards. Plenty of DNFs as usual. Okay, I didn't count, but I think I saw at least 20 cars in the pits already that are out of the race, plus the couple other ones at the last corner. So I think by now it's definitely less than 10 of us left in the race. Should be avoiding these curves because they are pretty dangerous as well. It has a tendency to turn my car around. And Ganley is definitely a lot faster than I am. And I can, by the looks of it, I can keep the gap around 5 seconds to Gali. So that is what I'm expecting pretty much for the remainder of the race, unless I do something really stupid. But if I get lucky enough to finish on P3, I'll take that any day. Because right now it's important that we keep ourselves in the championship fight and the team as well. Yeah, Terbekan with another fastest lap. Just probably like crazy time, like 1819 again. That's what he does. While I'm happy if I can finish a lap under 120. We're nearing the halfway mark of the race, and still P3 with enormous amounts of luck and just by staying out of all the trouble that was going on. And now that the track is a lot less crowded than at the start, things seem to be normalizing. Yeah, for a second I thought I actually started closing the gap to Ganley, but that's not the case. I'm not even sure why I was expecting something like that. He's way faster. And I'm honestly not very good on this track, so all that's left to do is just to make sure I keep the podium position. And hopefully both the engine and the brakes are going to play along, and there will be no mechanical issues throughout the race. At least not for me. I don't mind the others, of course. And I lost a good second to Gali as well, so I've not been particularly fast in the previous lap. Terbeck did another fastest lap. I mean, who else? If not the guy who's doing the unreal lap times. Yeah, so if I can keep the 4.55 seconds, then I'll be happy for the second half of the race. Again, I'm gonna do some safety driving, at least for a couple of laps, to make sure that the brakes and the engine last to the end. Well, now it's gonna be difficult to do safety driving if I keep making mistakes. So Terbeck did another fastest lap, which means he's gonna be right behind me pretty soon and lapping me for the second time. Yeah, so this will be a pretty boring one. Nothing really happening. And it took me 2 whole laps to lose another half a second to Galley. So we might be actually in for an interesting battle between the two of us for the last podium place. Or maybe not. Well, that remains to be seen. Ganley already more than 17, more than 18 seconds ahead. So yeah, I'm not doing particularly well on this track. And as you notice, I take a really long braking distance here on the first corner because I keep struggling with the brakes pretty much since the very beginning, and it just doesn't always feel like it has enough bite to it, so I just try to take it easy and make sure I don't end up on the fence. And here is Terbeck trying to lap me on for the second time. Come on, go. And that did cost me quite a bit of time now. So that's him giving me 2 laps, and I was almost correct. I was actually a lap wrong. I was expecting him to lap me for the second time in lap 22. Oh boy, that was a bit too wide. So at this rate, I think I'm probably going to get one more lap from Terbeck. And that's gonna be around lap 33, 34. We just did the fastest lap again. And there is no one behind in sight. Despite Galley should be 3 seconds. Yeah, this happens if I try to take a shorter braking distance here. So that's why I'm playing it safely and go for the long one. Yeah, so by the looks of it, Terbeck is doing 171819 laps, which is pretty crazy. Oh boy, I should stop doing this. And now Gali is right, okay, so it's still around 3 seconds, so I'm not losing that much time to him. However, if Terbeck happens to catch up to me once again, then... Right, so that means that I might inherit the second place, because, yeah, Ganley is out of the race. Wow, that's sad. He's been doing quite well for the time being. I'm not sure what happened to him. And now Gully is definitely within 3 seconds, so things are about to get interesting here. And we just have a bit more than 10 laps to go. More than a lap ahead is saying me he's actually 2 laps ahead of me. And we may be getting close to have a third one as well. So not necessarily the race I will be very proud of, but I'll be happy with the result regardless, because at least we got some points and cut down on Peterson's advantage. However, if Terbeck is going to win now, then I think he had 8 points, so there will be so if Terbeck wins, he's going to have 18 or 17 points. Which means he would take the lead of the championship. And at this rate, I might actually end up on the second place for the championship run. Gully is getting closer and closer, so there might be some fun around the end of the race, but that's what I'm saying since the beginning, and is still nowhere to be seen. And now I managed to extend the gap a little, so there might be actually nothing for the last couple of laps. A little bit of a drift through the corner. So Terbeck did another fastest lap, so he's right behind me. Might just catch me within a lap or two again. Let's say he'll be behind me again by halfway through lap 30, let's say. So I have no idea where he's getting all that crazy speed from. Or what they put into that Brabham he's driving. And I think I might be losing a bit of grip. Yeah, I'm definitely losing a bit of grip. Gully is still about 2.5 seconds behind me, which means he's getting really close. But at some sections of the track I can actually extend it by a few tenths. But not even close to the desired amount of time I'd like to win against him. Now let's see if Terbeck will catch up with me by the end of this lap. Well, I have the feeling that he's somewhere close by. Yeah, so he did 32 laps already. So he's definitely pretty close. Yep, I can see him in the mirror just behind Gully. Yeah, I'm trying to let him go. Just where? Come on, mate, go, 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 go. Idiot. And now I lost all the advantage I had on Gully because of that. So we might be actually in for that interesting finish, and with that fight for P2 and 3. And to be fair, Gully feels actually pretty fast everywhere else that is not the straight line. Yep, there is no grip left. So now this is where it's going to get interesting. But we have about one more lap to go because Terbeck is already on lap 34. So we should be starting his last lap pretty soon. So that's about now when Terbeck is starting the last lap, which means that this will be my last one as well. So last time around in Monaco I said finishing P3 with 3 laps down must be the most disgraceful P3 of Formula 1 history, so now you can see the most disgraceful P2 of Formula 1 history when I am 3 laps down. And this time Terbeck didn't take himself out like he did in Monaco, which was probably the only race where he was not as crazy fast as he normally is. Yeah, Terbeck is in already, winning the race, and that will be me on P2, 3 laps down, followed by Galli, who actually managed to lose some time after being within a second. And here we go. Here we are. P2, so we got the points, we got a podium, which is very good for me and very good for the team as well. And I think I might be tied for the championship lead with Terbeck for now, so we'll have to see how the remainder of the season plays out. So if I heard it correctly, there actually someone came 5th, so there's been a good few of us still left in the race. And here you have your race winner, Ben Terbeck, just arriving to the pits. So this is it. Let's have a look at the final results. So there's 6 of us finishing this race, and I'm curious what happened to Jackie. So Jackie went out in an accident in lap 10. Wow. So this has been a pretty interesting race as well. Not very enjoyable, and I'm not very proud of it, but it is what it is. Terbeck's gonna be absolutely unbeatable, so we'll just have to carry on and see what the next races have in store for me. And let's have a look at the final standings. Hopefully that goes without a crash. So Terbeck took the lead of the championship, and that's me behind him on 2 points down, and then Peterson and Stewart. So this is turning out to be an interesting, for now, 3-way battle for the championship.
Williams regained the lead of the Constructors' Championship.
And it's us who is leading the Constructors' Championship. So that at least something good. So yeah, this was the Dutch Grand Prix of the 1971 season. Thank you very much for whoever came along and watched it, or just spent a couple of minutes here looking at a very, very boring race. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you at the next